Hello everybody, we are recording a video back from the Weather Hub, and today we're going to be looking at some Radar Omega news. We're going to be using Radar Omega, the trusty website. Now we are going on my new Mac, because my Windows Radar Omega is having a massive temper tantrum, so we are going to use Mac, and that's okay, because we have Mac stuff here. Now we have a full screen view of this. So let's take a look at some of weather news going on. First off, we have a system out here in the Ohio Valley taking up Ohio, portions of Indiana, eastern Kentucky, northwestern Tennessee, extreme western Virginia, almost all of western Virginia, western Pennsylvania, western New York, and western New York. Now, looking at this from the K-Buff point of view, we're going to do the last, about 100 frames, because I think that was when this started at probably sometime last night. Okay, that's a little, okay, 150. We're going to do 150 for the K-Buff. Because if you let it load, which it's loading quite quickly, yeah, this is only about 10 o'clock tonight, we can see over the area, we got some, this is the first sign of trouble when this comes in. Rain showers and snow showers, rain showers mainly over Pennsylvania and New York, that just stay as rain showers throughout the day. We get a break of rain around 4 p.m., but this looks to be picking back up as a new band of storms form. Looking at the KBPZ, we are going to need to be a bit earlier for this, so we're going to go about 200 frames. As you can see, going back 200 frames is good. As you can see, first signs of trouble come up from Ohio, and frozen mix actually travels briefly across Ohio, but rain showers mainly. This gets interesting though as we head later in the day, as around this area there's some severe thunderstorms, mainly due to rainfall, but heavy rain in the eastern Ohio region. As you can see, another band of storms is starting to form. Also, some really severe, this looks to be severe right near Pittsburgh, like Plum, New Kensington, Penn Hills, Monroeville. These areas, let me circle them. These are your areas that we can see some severe weather in shortly. As this band right here gets more intense. As it looks like it has more straight line winds, it also has heavy rain. So they probably won't issue a warning for it, just a little detrimental. This is wind warnings. We have a lot of wind warnings scattered. I love this one county, or these two counties that are just surrounded, but they don't. I guess they just don't get enough wind. I don't know. It's weird. The main trouble really popped up. So we're gonna look at the K lot. The K lot, we're gonna go back 250 frames. 250 frames. So this took place. Let's get the 250 frames up and running. Now, trouble starts to appear in the afternoon when a band of storms pop up. This is mainly in the southern area, but as they continue to go northward, they go and go and go. They continue flying upward, and these look like straight winds, and it kind of looks like lake effect rain showers almost. Also some snow up near Milwaukee, as temperatures get cool enough for snow in these areas. Snow right in the lake effect, right off. I think this is Lake. Is this Superior? I think it might be Superior. Yeah, I think this is Superior. Not sure. Or is this Superior? I think that's, I don't know. I think that's Superior. This is Lake Michigan. Yeah, this, I don't know. I don't have my legs straight. Let's take a look at the key axe. The key axe for 250 frames. I feel like storms will be popping up out of this region. Already. The key axe. Oh, they should look like coming out of the southern. And speaking of southern, we are going to go to the KDGX for 250 frames. I'll show you why. Look at this. Severe weather being fired off. And look at that delay shell right there. That is impressive. This eventually exits out of frame by like around 1 o'clock. Or 2 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Oh, it's still going. Alright. Let's see what your current storm outlook suggests. Oh, it's gone. Okay. It's gone. Oh, we got a Marshall scope of Ohio though. That's like the main event going on. Because this has, I guess, exited to Florida. So Florida's just gonna absorb that. And we're not gonna deal with it. Now, we also have a couple other things going on. So this is the eastern news. We also got some western snow. Let's take a look. Looking at the weather radar, yeah, I can see it's snow off. I mean, if you look at the Seattle radar, this is more snow toward the mountains, like the KPDT. And I think it's moved into this area by now. Yeah, I would say so. Rain in the north and that in the south. Let me turn on something real quick because I feel like that's important. I feel it's important. Surface fronts. These we'll be analyzing next. Let's take a look. So a powerful warm front will be driving this upper wind rain event. This warm can stretch from the low pressure center over Indiana. It's going to stretch all the way out till Connecticut, which eventually becomes a surface, like just a regular front. Phone. This is the cold front. These are where main storms happen. This is why we had this massive, a few days severe weather outbreak. Did I mix that up? Yeah, I flopped them. Oops. That is that. That's what happened there. Looking in the west. This low kind of didn't really develop well because it's now broken into a series of lows scattered all around. Main low is off British Columbia, having a polar front that stretches over northern Washington. This also contains some series fronts and a tiny cold front that a detached low has over Kansas. We have a low up here, old probably, considering it doesn't have probably the polar fronts and warm fronts merged. So you just have this little cold front going over Canada. We have some high pressure right here. And high pressure here. These two areas both have high pressure. But this will soon change, as again, this cold front's coming in, bringing, a few days ago, we had a blocking high. That sense got pushed out by this strong low. If you have some wind chimes, don't mind that. That storm is currently whipping me too. The one I just talked about with the wind. Yeah, that storm's kind of whipping me as well, so don't mind if you hear some wind chimes. And I may have to re-record this video because power outages. Power isn't great here. But otherwise, that's what's been going on for your current weather news. Also, extreme cold warning. Who would be surprised? Oh, wait, 75 below. Wow. Okay, maybe that's a bit more than usual. Okay, I need to turn the temperature, but yeah. Considering it was rain, I don't know. Maybe we'll see. We'll see. But let's go to the future weather news. We like future. So let's. I'm so tired doing this so much. This Alex monitoring. We have a 6 to 10 day temperature forecast. This, in my opinion, is one of the interesting things I've seen. From what we can conclude, polar blasts coming in through next 6 to 10 days, mainly in this stretch. But cold radiates all the way to Montana. A positive PNA sets up over the west, mainly centered around this area. I don't know why I drew it over there. But this is not too strong of a positive PNA. But the U.S. will be dominated in cold for the next 6 to 10 days. Let's see what happens as we continue through 8 to 14 days. This cold front only gets stronger, absolutely getting violent, I would say, and not backing down to the positive PNA that's also strengthening. I mean, just take a look at these insane numbers. 80% chance, 70% chance, 60%. Oh, what I found interesting is that Maine, I guess, doesn't get as much. I need to click without the warnings. 33% chance. So that's interesting. I don't know why that is. So it looks like something is happening where the warmth is. It must be a blocking high over the west that it's going to cause cold temperatures to just be able to stay in place. Even if 3 to 4 weeks from now, this cold front looks to die down. Actually, both of these are. This cold is still present. Even 4 weeks from now, a whole month, colder temperatures still in effect. I think that is quite interesting. Looking at the 1 month, this is odd. This looks like this looks like a stronger La Nina pattern, except this part right here just got warmth as well. This looks like a neutral Enzo pattern. And this is just like basic warmth, and plus, this far out, you cannot really tell what it's going to be like. It's not that very predictable. Yeah, this looks to be a weird neutral Enzo La Nina mix we have here. Now, that's not all, because we have the precipitation. And again, this looks interesting. So, looking at this looks very odd. This is what we would expect. With looking at the temperature, this was what we would expect here. Warmth over Southern California and the Southwestern United States. Got that. But then, why, even though these areas right here are warm, do they get more precipitation? And this is weird. Considering the main cold front is right here, I don't know why there'd be more precipitation here, but that, I guess, mainly because of bomb cyclones? Question mark, maybe because of like western cyclones. I would have to guess that. Yeah, that's the best educated guess I got. This thing just looks to die down as the dryness is starting to spill over into the east and connect with this weird dry area up in the north and like the interior northeast. By the time we hit about 3 to 4 weeks from now, things look a lot interesting. This is where you'd see a La Nina pattern. This is the exact La Nina pattern, except it has precipitation coming up this way. So this does look like a neutral Enzo pattern for your precipitation wise. Very neutral Enzo-y like. Definitely. That's totally a word, guys. I don't want to keep on weirdly zooming in. Yeah, this is not La Nina now. Not even a neutral Enzo mix. This is just La Nina, which I'm not really surprised. Do you think we were really surprised on this one? Yep, La Nina. Look at that. That's cool. Now we're going to be looking at a new thing that we haven't done in one of these videos. Models. Yes, I shoved money in Radar Omega's face, and now we get more models. The main thing we're going to be looking at is the precipitation models, because I think these are really interesting. Oh, wait, let me just, ignore. Got that. Okay. Now, if we look at the GFS models for a total snowfall forecast, here's what we're going to see. Looks like, so in the first about 24 hours, we're going to see snow across the west, which is very anticipated, and some snow across Michigan. As this continues to play out, oh, I think this one isn't loaded. Hold on, wait. Yep, this one is not loaded. Okay, got that. 12Z. Guess we're going to have to use a 12Z instead, because 18Z is really weird. As we can see, we have snow, a snow front, and this looks to strengthen there. What we get is something very odd. We have not seen this in a long while. That is southern snow. Snow reaching into like Florida, New Orleans, even Mexico. Like coastal Mexico. This is the next over 16 days, so this has to be taken with a grain of salt. But I feel like this is definitely possible. Also, we want to keep in mind some lake effect snow over mainly Lake Erie and Lake Syracuse. These can get very high, you know? For example, in places like New York, not even finished. 76 inches of snow is absolutely monstrous for that time. Looking at the R.A.C.E, they look to not over-exaggerate it, as there's less snow. Definitely still a lot of snow, but I feel like this gets treated more fairly here. 36 inches, that has like 50 inches, I would assume, based on the color. The OLZ, 00Z, we got, looks to have more lake effect snow. I think, or less, no less, definitely. Yeah, less than most of them. Only like 39 inches here. About the same like Erie. That is interesting. This is what you see mainly like, you know, Buffalo gets like 1 billion inches of snow per winter. And then, of course, mountainous snow. Who would have guessed? Of course, it can only go up to 99.9 inches of snow. You can have hundreds of inches of snow. Sadly, I wish you could, but that's just how this model was programmed. Has the 18Z done yet? Nope. Okay, we're not viewing the 18Z today, I guess. But we're going to do some other models. We also want to do the, we also want to do the, give me a minute. I just need to find it. Total precipitation. There we go. Now, as of the next 360 hours, here's what we can identify. Desert, dry. Who would have guessed? Deserts are dry. Mainly, what we want to focus on is the west. Heavy rainfall over the western coast, which is, for this year, not that surprising. 8.5 inches of rainfall over Washington and parts of Oregon. That gets the most snow. I mean, rain. I'm mixing up my words. But also, lots of rain across the east here, mainly in areas like in Crawford County, for example, Corey, getting around 5 inches of rainfall. In Vermont, 5 inches of rainfall. In New Hampshire, 5.05 inches of rainfall. There's definitely lots of rain going on. But if you want the true most rainfall, that's Alaska. With 14 inches of rainfall in the next 16 days. That is a lot. The driest areas go to areas like Southern California with 0 rain. No rain over the next 16 days. And I think that's a little absurd. Like, Los Angeles is getting 0 rain over the next 16 days. Just a tiny bit, though. I'm not surprised like these areas have it, but like I think these areas should have it too. But mainly areas. So, what is a state with a lot of rainfall, just in general across the state? Is probably PA. PA has a good example of this with 2 inches of rainfall on any given area. These can be up to 5 inches, or as low as 1.8 inches, but generally 2 inches is your average. Washington also is a big contender, but it's only in certain parts. For example, you can have at your most like 6 inches of rainfall on the west coast, but then on the east coast you only get like less than an inch. So it's hard with the mountainous states to give them a good rainfall credit because, again, it's very hard when they have a lot of. Oregon's a good contender because it. I'm kind of looking at Washington and Lincoln, the same state. These areas have a little bit more, but like areas like down here, there's like not an inch of rain. Ooh, we got a good one. South Carolina. South Carolina looks to have a lot of rain, with the lowest rain area in the state being about a good 2.34 inches. Of course, the highest isn't that high either. It was only about 4.7 inches in Orangeburg. Of course, not to say that there's, not a lot of rain. We go. For some unknown reason, I don't know if this is just how it works, I guess, or is this like, okay. I thought there was like an extremely rainy pocket or something. Of course, it could get rainy in these areas, but I think your main rain area is probably like here, I guess. Yeah, around 15 inches of rain is like the max you're getting anywhere in the world. But that's world. We're in the United States, so that is something to consider. Freezing rain. Freezing rain is also a big issue that nobody really likes because it's just annoying. And over the course of the next 60 days, we don't got a lot of it. The main areas are going to be like in the winter battleground states like Oklahoma, Arkansas, Tennessee, North Carolina, Virginia. And then you also got them in like Washington, Oregon. Of course, there's still like 14 hours left, but then again, for that cold sweep, there's only just slightly more. Your place with number 1 is probably like this random town in Oregon. It's not like it's getting that much though. It's literally getting 0.36. If you look at that, that's like right here. The most is like that. That's not good if you get that much. And again, anywhere in the world, that is probably going to Germany. I don't know why Germany has so much freezing rain. Well, half an inch again in the purple regions, so like nothing like too crazy. We got that's the QPF, and then you also have the accretion model. That I think, yeah, that pretty much just says the exact same thing. So that will be ending off the video. And we'll probably start posting more as we enter the new year. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.